There's no cussing on this program, right?
No.
No. Yeah, we're not swearing here.
Radio.
For sure.
FCC rules.
We're good now.
Darn it. Okay, so welcome my third and final guest, my own brother.
What's poppin'?
Too Tall, the brother of DJ Money. Hello. How are you today, Too Tall?
Hey, I'm chilling. It's Too Tall, the Prodigee. We in the building, you hear me?
You want to plug yourself real quick?
Yeah, so Too Tall, number 2, right? Prodigee, that's with 2 E's, no Y, on all streaming platforms, all that, tap in. Also got a show, podcast, Smoking with Too Tall. Also go get that.
Excellent. And here is a preview of some of his music. I heard you. All right. We have to do smooth transitions here on the station. Too Tall. So that is some of Too Tall, the Prodigee, 2 E's, no Y's music.
Okay,
we were just talking about what in the music creative process, who you model your music after. Like, is it an amalgamation of people? Is there someone you think about? Obviously, you end up getting your own character after a while, but when it started,
For sure.
You want to talk about that process for you?
For sure. I mean, there's never really an original idea in general. Like, everybody that you listen to is going to influence you in one way or another, whether you realize it or not. And I think that's the case with every artist who be recording music. Like, you start off listening to someone, maybe you try to emulate it a little bit, but then you realize you got your own voice and you can do different things with that voice. And that the music that you was listening to, like, you don't necessarily want to repeat it because you can't repeat it. But you could repeat it, but it's like, it's a new era. You're going to want to do something new.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be a pale imitation of whoever you try repeating, if that's how you make your music anyways.
Exactly. You got to draw influences from everywhere. You can't just draw from one.
So who was that for you starting out? We also, both of our guests introduced their beginning of the, Bradley, Ty. Both of our guests introduced kind of their beginnings when making music. What did that look like for you?
I mean, it started with an interest in just wanting to, like, get on the mic, because I used to play the flute, like, in band and whatnot. And so I wanted to transition more into, like, vocals, because I felt like there was a lot more influence and impact that I could make. And so when I first started, it really was on some super ghetto, like, it was like a microphone that was just, like, super generic, like $10 or something like that.
Good old sock over the mic.
We didn't even know what we was doing. We tried to set up, like, pillows around it to try to, like, make a booth without even realizing that's just screwing over the sound as a whole. And then, you know what I'm saying, eventually you elevate, you level up, you start buying a mic stand, all that other stuff. But in terms of, like, actually creating music, I don't know, the writing part of it always came easy to me, but it was like beat selection was a big thing for me. Like, I always wanted a beat that, like, stood out in one way or another.
Yes, and do you make your own beats? Do you have someone else produce it? What's that process for you? Music
to me is a collaborative effort. I don't feel like there should just be one hand in the pot, so I always try to work with a bunch of different producers, and I don't like when a producer's just working by themselves. Like, I like a producer who's able to, like, collaborate with other producers, get a loop from here, get a snare over here or a kick over here.
Okay.
So, like, I like a bunch of collaboration. Like, I got a tape dropping Halloween next week. I got about 11 tracks on that. And
secret play.
I got like 10, 12 features, and I worked with like 4 or 5 producers, and those producers work with like another 8 producers per beat. So it's like, for me, music should be collaborative, so that way you don't.
So there's a lot of hands on deck.
Yeah, you don't want to repeat history like we were saying earlier. So the more hands that you have, the more influences that you have available to you.
That's very good. I think that kind of differs from because Bradley is a full independent sort of man. Ty, you have your brother who produces. Does he do that for all your music?
No, I actually... Well, so that just for that first song.
Okay.
Because I didn't have any resources besides my brother had access to a recording studio at his university, which is an hour away from where we live. So we went up there 2 times to get some recordings done. And then for the second song that I released, I met a neighbor while walking on a trail by my house who we had interactions here and there. And he just kind of recognized me. He was like, are you that music kid? I guess he had seen me like walk in my friend's house with my guitar on my back or something like that. And so he just starts talking about music and how he used to be in a rock band, and tells me he has a whole recording studio in his basement and offers to help me record my songs for free.
That is a very good opportunity.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was
kind of come across.
It was very serendipitous. It was like in a moment where I was like, wow, how am I going to get all these songs recorded?
Yeah.
I just kind of like, I don't know, I just went on a walk and
it kind of just came to you.
Yeah.
But also being known as that music guy.
I suppose I didn't really realize I had that reputation around my neighborhood. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but he's a really cool guy. He's retired. He used to be a teacher. Does some like acting stuff on the side, but
that's sweet.
What was the original question?
Yeah, I was just about to circle that back around to you. Who you like model your music after, like the type of people you were listening to where you're like, that's what I want to do, or what your relationship with that is.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think I love music a lot. Like I listen to so many different artists, and I'm always finding new music that I love, and I don't know if I have a specific model for what I have made my music from. It's just, I would say potentially Bob Dylan.
Okay.
I think a lot of his songs have somewhat like simple acoustic and like simple acoustics and just like vocals and like storytelling.
Yeah. I feel like that's one of your strengths is lyricism and storytelling.
Word. Yeah, I mean I try to tell a story, and I try to I guess try like tell my story, but also like just I guess like you said, I guess you could consider my music to be pretty folky, because there is like a lot of, I don't even know. I try and put a lot of universal themes in my music to where people, no matter what their background is, can relate to it in some way or another. And it's not that I really try to, but it's just like things that I think about, and like the way that I view things is, I think I try and have that bigger picture, and so I try and weave those into my stories. And
I mean, you write about the things you relate to and things you're feeling when you feel them.
Yeah,
in the hopes that somebody else, when they're listening, reciprocates that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Very
so
nice.
I mean, in terms of models, I would say I don't think I have one.
Yeah, right on.
I just like to create, and whatever sounds good to me in the moment is what I'm going to go with.
Nice. I like that answer. It is almost 1:30, which means it is the mid-show break. So that means we're going to play 3 songs from the radio. And when we come back, we are going to talk about and review each one. It's our segment. If you just hopped in, you are listening to 91.3 FM WNH on the DJ Money Show. Congratulations for making it to the best show on earth. So we are going to play Devil's Dog by Spider Virus as our first WUNH sponsored song. We will talk to you after the break. Bye. What is up? We are back, everybody. That was Giant Devil Dog by Giant Day. We're just going to go around and see how everybody felt about that song from a scale of 1 to 10. I did not get a very strong impression from that song, so we're going to get a lukewarm 5 out of me. How about you, Too Tall?
I think 5 is a little harsh. I give it at least like a 7.5, maybe even an 8. Like the way that dude was using his vocals, like that takes a lot of strain and discipline. I can't only imagine like what his vocals look like now.
Yeah, maybe I wasn't locked in hard enough. Bradley, what are we gonna give? Devil Dog by Giant Day.
I'm gonna give it like a 6 or 7 for creativity.
Okay, Ty.
I'm not gonna lie, I also wasn't as locked in as I could have been, but I would give it also a 6.
Sweet. That is our first of 3. Song number 2 is going to be Nosebleed by Weekend Friends. So we will see you after that song. Bye. What is going on? And we are back, 91.3 FM, WUNH Durham. This is the DJ Money Show. You were just listening to Nosebleed by Weekend Friends. Let's go around. I really like the instrumental of that song, and the vocals were pretty good too. So DJ Money is going to give it a 7.5. Too Tall.
I'd give that one an 8 just because the intro, like you said, the intro instrumental, that was on point. The way that it
was strong.
Just came in on the intro, even on the back end too, and on the breakdown, like
Yep.
it was on point with that. And so, like you said, the female vocalist on it was tough too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Bradster.
I'm also giving that an 8. Her voice
A little
was
closer to the
amazing.
mic.
Oh, a little
if you
closer to
could.
the mic. All right. I'm also giving that song an 8. Her voice was amazing. I love the instrumentals of that one. I think it was definitely like a top for me.
Nice. Ty, I saw you rocking out.
Yeah, I was grooving. I would give that like an 8.5. Honestly, I really like the passion in that one, and the instrumentation was really, really cool.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the. I guess that you call that punk.
Punk, yeah.
Like-
Indie rock,
Yeah,
probably. Yeah.
That was cool though. I like that a lot.
Very nice.
What's that? What's that?
That was,
artist?
I'm glad you asked, Ty. That was Nosebleed by Weekend Friends on the album Feels Like Hell. And
Word.
for our last song, we are going to back up. We're going to play Long After Midnight by Flock of Dimes. And then we will continue with the show. Here we go. Woo! 91.3 FM WUNH Durham. It is DJ Money, and you were just listening to Long After Midnight by the Flock of Dimes. That one was really chill. That was like nice, listen to the beach type of listen while you're on the beach type of music. I'm gonna give that one like a solid 7.
Nah, the beat was trash. I thought that beat in the trash, but Shuddy can definitely sing. I like the vocalist a lot more than the beat, yo. I get that track like a 4, yo. But like if Shuddy was just on some better beats, whew.
She could do some crazy stuff.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I was also gonna say I really like the vocalists. The instrumentals were kind of like a little all over the place, but I did like the random wah guitars in the background. That felt very nice, like the wah, you know.
Yeah.
Steel, lap steel. Yeah.
Ty, what are we thinking?
I like that. I'm a big fan of female lead folk artists. I thought her voice was really pretty.
Agreed.
And I also enjoyed the finger picking style too. That was cool. I'll give it a 7.
What do you mean by the finger picking style? I'm not in with the guitars. How can you tell the difference?
Well, I like you can hear individual plucks rather than like if you just go like
Oh,
Yeah,
strum.
I got
Yeah.
you. Okay.
So it's plucking versus strumming, right?
Yeah.
All right. We have about a little over 15 minutes left on the show, and I want to shoot some more questions to our guests. So let's begin with some short answers. Finish the sentence, starting with Too Tall. Great music should make you feel blank.
I'd say you could just end the sentence right there. Great music should make you feel.
Nice.
Like,
period.
Because like,
I don't know if I can add anything to that.
Because like music, I think is one of the most like unifying things on this planet. Like everybody gets nostalgic over one track or another, and so it's like just the fact that music is able to make you feel such intense emotions. That's the value that music has. That's why people get paid millions of dollars to do what they do.
Yeah,
you know,
they call it the universal language for a reason.
Exactly. That's why we sent that to space.
Yeah, exactly. The golden record.
Exactly.
That is so glad that you brought that up, because one of our segments on the DJ Money Show that you guys will have to look out for in one of the coming weeks is we are going to listen to the entire golden record that was sent on Voyager 13.
How long is it?
Long enough to fit in the show. I don't remember exactly, but it's long enough.
That's tough.
So we are going to see what we think and if the aliens would vibe with it. Bradley, great music should make you feel blank.
I really can't say that it should make you feel any certain way, like one way or another. I think I'm kind of with your brother on that one. It should make you feel. It's
feel in general.
It should make you feel some sort of emotion. Like some songs should be able to like. I think they should also change how you feel too. Like, if you can listen to a song that changes how you're feeling in that moment, I think it's done a good job. Because if you're already sad and you listen to a song and you still feel sad, it's like that song didn't really have an effect on you. But if you're
it can compound the feeling.
Yeah, it can
make
compound,
you
but like
feel like you're being related to.
But if you're happy and you hear a song and it changes how you feel afterwards, like that means that the song did something to you.
Yeah, I almost sometimes see music as having a utility. Like, if I'm like working out or doing something physical or need like something to get by, I'll listen to very like pump me up sort of music, like rap or rock or something. But like you said, if I'm like sad or trying to like, just chill, I might listen to something that's more like, in that feeling.
Yeah, chill.
So it's very whatever you're doing now.
I'd say that's very like entirely like encompassing though. Like you just focus on those aspects. There's definitely a darker side to that too. Like if you listen to sad music all the time and you actually like in that depressive like mode, it's gonna keep you in that.
Just compounds.
It's like the broad array of emotions that music can just display is crazy.
Agreed.
I do think music is it's a powerful thing, and that also means it can be a little dangerous. If you listen to only like music that makes you feel terrible all the time, then you guess what? You're gonna feel terrible all the time.
So Ty, you second the music makes you feel, period?
Yeah, I would second that. I would also maybe add like great music makes you feel human.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah. A lot more like, I like that answer.
I like that too.
When I was looking at that question, I was like waiting for somebody to drop what Too Tall said. I was like, that'd be fire, and he actually did.
Yeah, you should have asked me before my thoughts were formulated to give you a stupid answer like, oh, music should make you feel like you're floating on clouds. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Something stupid, not as cool as what I was already said.
All right.
That's what the yerk's for.
Number 2 short answer question. Storytelling or sound first? We'll go the other way. Ty.
I can't really decide on that one. I don't know. I mean, for my songs at least, I definitely always like to tell a story, and I'd like it to make sense in some way or another.
Yeah.
But I also really like instrumental music. Like I listen to a lot of ambient and like classical and just like, I don't know. And I think, having a good blend of both was what makes good music, but it doesn't have to be that way. Like a lot of my songs are like have very simple instrumentation, and they're pretty focused on storytelling, and I don't know. I think, like the instrumentation kind of creates the atmosphere, and then the story kind of gives it ground to stand on. Yeah,
like the framework. That it's built. Yeah,
and like you're listening to music. I mean, I listen to a lot of music I listen to lyrics to kind of, I guess, constellate my understanding of myself and reality. And so like when a song is able to tell a story that like helps me see more clearly how things are, I really am appreciative of that.
Okay. See, now Bradley, you don't have lyrics.
I don't have.
So this
all right.
question kind of takes on a different character.
It's a completely
you.
different character for me,
Right.
but just because I have no lyrics doesn't mean I can't continue storytelling with music.
Exactly.
Music-
Like we were talking about with the motifs and connecting that to...
And I would rather. So what I do is I storytell with the music. If you want something to, if you want a song to sound watery or something, you can use there's certain musical tricks you can do to make it feel watery, telling the story that like, hey, you're in the water, you know, or like there's ambient storytelling in music, even when there's no words. You can put emotion through even if you're not saying the words of the emotion or describing
Definitely.
it. And I kind of, well, I work with like chiptune instruments and stuff, or like digital stuff, so the quality isn't really as the same as like playing a real violin or playing a real like
Sure.
a real piano or anything. Like it's all like digital stuff. So I
Yep.
kind of have to, because I don't have the sound that is like perfect sound. I don't have that. Sometimes I have to rely on the storytelling more to compensate for the fact that like I don't have a 30-person orchestra working for me to make my song sound really great.
Yeah, it's just your computer.
So I have to put little things into the music to flare it up, to make it tell more of the story through its own kind of sound.
Okay. And Too Tall, as the most lyrically focused genre, where do you stand on this? Storytelling or sound first? Because sound almost matters more when it comes to like making a hit in rap, but storytelling is what you're trying to do at the end of the day. So where do you stand on this?
I would say that regardless of the genre, that like sound is extremely, extremely important. And I'm someone who has always preferred like lyrics over everything, just period in general. But even coming from that like mindset, I had to realize like, oh, sometimes you gotta sacrifice storytelling in order to make a better sonically like cohesive song. Like I got a track on my album that's coming out on Halloween. It's a song that I got with Roxy, Hard Fix Me. I put that through like 3 or 4 different drafts because I started off the song and I started off with it going into it like, oh, I need to make it a hit mentality. And then Roxy ended up getting rid of one of her verses on it that was more like party
Yeah,
like
sure.
centered. So we just cut it down into just her chorus, and then just the isolation of her chorus made me want to go more storytelling. So the second draft, I was telling a whole story, but then I kind of lost sight of where I was going in terms of like, oh, this is a listening experience for everybody like involved, not just what's happening to the characters in the story. So I went through a third revision, kind of blended the two. So I think it really is like you got to balance between whether you want it to be like a hit or a full-blown story. You don't have to, but like the best songs have that perfect balance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's very interesting because you were talking earlier about having a lot of hands on decks with your projects more so than with these other guys. So it's not always fully your story to tell.
Nah.
It's a combination.
Nah, I disagree. Cause, like,
You don't think so?
Nah, like on the outro of my album, for example, like I got 4 features in total on, or 3, but like it's 4 artists in total on it, counting myself.
Yeah.
And like I was kind of directing everybody like, oh, come at it from this direction, come at it from this. And like every verse on that, I feel like is coming from like my mind. Even though I didn't write it, I didn't come up with the flows on any of their parts or nothing like that.
Sure.
That was all them. That was all independent of them. But like you can definitely curate and direct tracks in certain directions to make it your story as well. But at the end of
Yeah.
the day, the listener's going to interpret it, they get their own story from it.
But also the other performers are going to have their own idea and
Oh, yeah,
spin
for sure.
on whatever you want to talk about.
For sure.
And I imagine you've also worked on projects where it's not entirely self-directed.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Would that be inaccurate?
No. I've done like features for like I got one. I don't know if the song's ever gonna come out, but it's an artist from Mass. He just pulled up on me when I was at an album listening party. He's like, "Oh, hop on this track." So I get in the studio and I ended up filling up the whole song. He just had a chorus laid out for his track. So I gave him 2 verses. I was like, oh, just choose one. I don't know which one you're going to end up going with, but it's like you run into that a lot. Like, I'd rather just give someone options so that way they can choose, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Okay. For the next short answer, this one probably won't be a short answer and might even extend to the end of this show. You were talking about a rock album that you guys are going to work on, and
Maybe,
that
yeah.
actually possibly. Okay. And that actually ties into my next question. Do you want to extend to other genres?
Yeah.
Are you happy with where you're at, or?
At least me, I don't ever like being boxed in per se. Like, I'm definitely always gonna lean more towards hip hop, R&B, because that's just like my home base. But like I said, to just be stifled like creatively, like you don't ever want to feel boxed in necessarily, because like as you grow and develop, especially as you grow older as a person, you change as a person. You're always going to be looking at things from different perspectives, and you're going to experience things in life, like different emotions that you didn't even know like existed out there, especially like if you come from certain environments or certain things that you just ain't hip to. And so as you get older, you don't want to express that in some type of way. So being able to branch off into other genres, yeah, I think that's important for any creative.
Definitely. And Bradley, I wouldn't call video game music a genre. I don't, even though that's how we introduced you, I don't think that would be a fair assessment.
It's not really and it's hard because I don't even write with one genre in mind. I try and write different kinds of sound. It's more of I think video game music is more of a musical, not even a limitation, because some video game music you could just play on the radio and people wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
Like anything from like
Nintendo sounds like classical to
Nintendo
older
can
folks.
sound like classical.
Yeah.
Anything from Mario Galaxy, of course, is just classical sounding.
Right.
But then you have like songs from like Sonic, which are just like they have lyrics in some of those songs.
Right.
Like you could just play that on the radio, people wouldn't even know it's from a Sonic game.
Yeah.
And then you have things that are distinctly video gamey, like old Mario music or like chiptune, Tetris music, anything from the Game Boy. Like you can tell that's video gamey, but then
I mean, even Tetris is a folk song, a Russian folk song.
Oh yeah, even that is it's a musical. The composition is just a folk song, and it's just kind of like it's hard to define that. It's like, oh, it's just video game music, because there's a lot more to it. I think the one thing that's different with video game music, at least in my case, is I have to make a lot of the songs loop indefinitely.
Yeah.
So they can't have a very good ending. Like, you can't really end the song because, like, let's say you're in the middle of a level in this game and the song just ends, and after that it's just dead
Totally
silent.
throws you off.
That would just be like, oh, that's
chord.
it. There's no more music after this.
That's interesting.
With real music, the songs, you have to, like, you can control the length of it. You can control when it ends. But in a video game, you have no idea how long the player's going to be standing in this one room. This song could be playing for 4 hours on their computer.
Right, so you're not working from beginning to end. You're working from middle to middle.
I'm working.
Right.
Well, it can begin, but it has to keep going.
Yes, exactly.
And sometimes you can write a beginning part, but then that part doesn't get in the loop. Like, it's just, you only hear it when you enter the room, and then the rest of it loops after that. But you still can't control how many times it loops, so it has to keep working no matter how many times you listen to it.
Yep.
Would it be easier then for like fighting games, which have like time limits on the rounds?
I think a lot of fighting games do that really clever. Even Mario Kart pulls something too, where like even though the songs can loop, they get faster once you reach the last lap. So like that gives it an art or they'll have like a different theme that plays on the last lap. So it kind of creates an ending for yourself. And in a fighting game, a lot of them will have that sort of thing where if it's timed, they can actually write the song to that time point.
And we have about 3 minutes left, so I'd want to get Ty's answer on the subject. Genres. Would you, do you even feel tied to a genre? I guess would be a better place to start.
No, probably not. I would say...
Because you already said it's all kind of just from the dome, your own machination. I
would like reiterate Tutal's point, which I don't really feel like I ever want to be boxed into a particular genre.
100%.
And I can even see like... Because like I told you off the air, I've been putting together a bit of a band.
Yep.
For quick advert.
Get the plug.
I have a show at the community church in Lee, New Hampshire.
Oh.
On
church.
November 14th at 7 p.m. Yeah, so I've been putting together a band for that, and yeah, I mean, I think like some of my songs could, I don't know, like the emotions vary so widely, and like the style, I feel like it differs between every song.
Yeah.
And
That's good.
I think that probably defines like the independent kind of vibe.
Yeah.
But I also can see like some of my songs extending into like rock and like punk and like shoegaze. Shoegaze is a genre I'm a big fan of.
I've seen that around recently. What does that mean?
I'm not really sure. I'm pretty sure. Like, have you listened to Mazzy Star at all?
No.
Like
Does she have
Fade Into You.
Maybe.
I'm looking up what shoegaze
Fade Into You.
Maybe.
It's fun. It's a lot of like spacey kind of like it's kind of it's from like black metal, I think.
Well,
Okay.
It sounds like a space rock, but if it was more not space, like there's space rock like who's a really good space rock artist? Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
They have a lot of space rock,
Yeah.
but then shoegaze is like if that was like a little less rocky or spacey.
Yeah.
I
More
guess.
psychedelic in nature.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely psychedelic. And so yeah. I don't
Okay.
know.
So that you said that in the community church in Lee, 14th of November.
Indeed, at 7
That is
p.m.
7 p.m. That is 3 Fridays from now, listeners. So mark that down on your calendars. And remember to mark in the day after you're going to be listening to the DJ Money Show on Saturday, the 15th, from 1 to 2. So make sure you get both of those down. That should be very exciting. I wish you guys the best. It's going to be awesome. And with that, unfortunately, our time is up. It is the end of the DJ Money Show.
Time flies.
I know. It's the end. So I've been DJ Money. You have been listening to 91.3 FM WUNH Durham. I want to thank you, Too Tall, for coming on the show very much.
I want to thank you for having me.
Of course.